Welcome to your business coaching moment for this month. And if you've been following our coaching moments over the last few months, you kind of should be on track now to be able to look at your sales process. So let's backtrack a little bit. What we worked on first was we worked on some goals and what you're wanting to achieve within your business, some targets you have, some long-term, medium, and short-term goals. Then we looked at your fair value exchange, so your products, what problems you're going to be solving. Then we looked at identifying your ideal client, exactly who your perfect client is, and what triggers their or what needs they have, and their behavioral patterns, and a little bit about their psycho and demographics. And then in the last session, we looked at your marketing strategy or your marketing plan and how you would build a marketing strategy to be able to reach those ideal clients. And today we're going to be following on from that by looking at creating your sales plan. So you've got all these things in place. You know what your product is. You know who your client is. You know how to market them, how to get yourself in front of them with regards to your product or your business. And now we've got to go to the next step: is how do we actually sell to this client? What does our sales plan look like? And when we think about a sales plan, again, I want to break it into three parts. So let's look at those three parts. The first part we want to look at is your sales process. I want you to take a journal or a piece of paper or flip chart or whatever it is you're going to use, a clipboard or something, and I want you to write out a sales process. Now, a sales process is kind of like what happens right from step one. In other words, from the time I'm trying to create an awareness with my client. So before they even gotten to know me, what's that first step, that first point of contact? Because that's part of your sales process, the initial prospecting, if you want to call it that, how to find leads and then turn those leads into prospects. What's the next step? And then how you then will make contact with the client, or the client will make contact with you. And then when they first make contact with you, what do you do? What does the conversation look like? What do you give them? What information do you share with them? Do you do demonstration? Do you give them a brochure? Do you offer them something? Do you you know your product? Each one of us has different products and different businesses, services, and products, and so your process will look differently. But what does that look like? And then how do you ask for the sale? Once you've done the demonstration or done the pitch or whatever it is you're doing, how do you ask for the sale? And once you've asked for the sale, how do you collect the money? How do you make the delivery? How do you make the handover of the product or the service? And then the after sales service. So that entire process from step one right through to you've handed over, the customer satisfied, and I've got an after sale now. What do I do after the sale? What processes do I take there? And do I contact the client again after a few months? Is there a recurring sale that happens? And can you see how you really need to go and plot this journey out, this customer journey out, from them being a lead to becoming a prospect, to becoming a client, to the after client, to the follow-ups, to the how do I keep in contact with them for years to come? Because the lifetime value of a client, remember we spoke about that in one of the previous sessions. So that's step number one in terms of your sales plan: is what is your sales process? Plot your sales process out step by step and work on it, and do it practically and see if there's something you can change, if there's something you can tweak, if there's something you need to improve on or add to the process so that the process is smooth and more effective. Step number two, or the second area that of concern within your sales plan, is your tools. What tools do you need to make the sale happen? And when we talk about tools, I'm talking about everything from your telephone that you're using to contact the client with, your brochures that you're using, maybe your briefcase or your carry bag for your product, your your sales form, your order form, your invoicing system. So every single tool that you need, your vehicle, if you're a salesperson and you're traveling, your vehicle is a tool. Your clothing could be a tool. Your everything, technology. You could be using a device, a digital device, or an iPad or something like that. But what are your tools? What tools do you need to make that sale happen, or to make the sale more fluent and easier? Make a list of your tools. Look after your tools. Create tools that help you when you are dealing with your client in terms of the sales in your sales plan. And budget for your tools as well. I know that for many salespeople that we work with, we help them work out a budget to be able to look after their tools, which includes their vehicles. Salespeople are generally sales reps, and they would be on the road traveling using a car. So we help them budget and plan to maintain your tools and keep your tools in top notch. The last area that we want to look at is your support. So in terms of your sales plan, what does your back end support look like, or your back office support look like? Have you got proper support in place? Does your support understand exactly what you expect from them, or what is expected from them in terms of making that customer experience an amazing experience that the customer will be 100% satisfied, and also satisfied enough to be able to make a referral and a recurring purchase from you as well? So what does your support look like? And I would like to urge you here to test your support. I know that for a lot of salespeople, we deal with a lot of salespeople, we deal with a lot of leaders in business, and when you listen to them, they are professional. It's a pleasure working with them. But when you work with the back office, or the guys that are doing the follow through, the invoicing, the pulling of the stock, the drawing of the stock, the delivery, and all that kind of stuff that happens in the back end, that is a mess. And so your salesperson or your business owner could be the best person out there, making the most amazing promises and guarantees and putting them in place. But if your support system is failing, your business is going to fail as well. And I want to urge you, as a business owner or as a leader in business, to test your support system. Test it regularly, and not just you testing it, but get a friend to test it, get a client to test it and give you feedback. We often give our clients feedback on what happens within their support system, feedback that is from a third party that's not involved, so we get to see the real picture. So that's your coaching moment for today. Your challenge: go and work on that, write out your sales process, make a list of tools you need, and to check on your support system.